This is a pretty fun team. I like this team. Fantastic Four MCU, primarily arena team. Franklin Richards does some absolute silly things in arena. We're also going to test them inside of Alliance War because really I don't have any way of testing them outside of this particular team right here and Alliance War on the test server. It's just the way it is. And we're going to do a full 5-piece. They are actually pretty good as a 3-piece, and that is great. Now, before we get into that, there is a new promo code, Community Counts, and that'll get 200 L4 training modules and 2 million gold. I just redeemed it right there. And also, I do have a bot on my Discord server where if you put in explanation codes, it will give the latest codes, and it's updated because these newer codes expire rather quickly. That same bot works on my Twitch channel. Now, the main thing that I've gotten so far about this team, and we're going to go into battle, and we're going to use Odin, is that Odin really doesn't do anything because of Franklin's battlefield effect. And secondly, they are stacked with stats. Absolutely stacked with stats. But Odin doesn't do anything because in arena, this battlefield effect cannot be cleared or replaced by another battlefield effect and lasts until 8 characters have gone. That is what Odin does. That's what he does. And also, once that battlefield is out, it also shuts down assists. So it's kind of bonkers, right? And I don't know how you're going to play against this team because the Franklin's kit says, hey, man, unless you're bringing another, Fantastic Four MCU 3-piece, you're not going to go right away. It's going to kind of be a mess, right? So he's already dead. But here's the thing. When he did go, see how it says 7 right here? The battlefield effect from Odin is not going to pop off. And I'm finding that these mirror matches are very random. A lot of it comes down to whose Professor X goes first. I did find a solution to it because, so we're going to get a W right there because that'll just kill him. I did find a solution because I think that these teams are going to be able to be controlled by fast characters, right? Until this character completes a turn, a 5% speed, Fantastic Four allies gain 5% speed. Now, that type of mechanic gets shut down by Emma Frost. So if you're going up against Fantastic Four, maybe Emma Frost would be, and they have it too on their character. So it, right here, this is the same thing. Enemies cannot have their speed increased by except for positive effects. So these counteract each other. So unless you're doing mirror match of Fantastic Four versus Fantastic Four, it's going to be a nightmare because they're just going to get tons of extra speed. Look at all this extra speed. I just don't know how you're going to be able to do that without Emma. It's going to be a trick, that's for sure. The community will figure it out for sure. And what I'm getting with all of this is I think that these characters that are super fast, we're talking about like Black Cat and Songbird, which are over 132, which Franklin's 131. And I was just playing around with this team right here. Let's just go in and do it, where we've got a fast character right there. We're not really running the full team. I kind of feel like the Fantastic Four team is all about Franklin. It's just about Franklin. I mean, he a lot of this stuff you can work around, like right here. Let's stun him, right? Yeah, he's stunned, so he's not going to do that horrible battlefield effect. But we are, and we're not even running the full 3-piece. We're just using one part of him, right? Absolutely, that's fine. And then look right here, we're probably going to get a deletion right here, right? There we go. Well, it's not going to do a Billy Buck because that's just war. But look at that. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. So, basically we eliminated 2 people before they took a turn. Now, this is not going to work without Professor X because not Franklin, but Mr. Fantastic will taunt. And Professor X is stopping that. So, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I feel like the Fantastic Four is going to be very, very, very strong. But having Professor X is still going to be of high importance. Unfortunately, on the test server, I didn't have anybody put up the Fantastic Four with two other characters, for people that don't have Professor X. But I'm sure the community will figure it out once it is in everyone's hands. Now, I just want to go into Alliance War. And the way that I see this team is that they go first and they explode other teams, but they kind of lose steam. They just kind of lose steam. So I had no, so we're going in with the full Fantastic Four, and Thing goes first. So I'm thinking maybe putting Stryker on him. I think I've got Raider on him now. But I'm thinking Skirmisher just to get, it set up. Like, that's not going to do anything there. Might as well just hit him a bunch of times, right? We're not going to get the stun plus trauma, right? But then they just kind of, take a bunch of turns, right? Like Mephisto's kind of shut down with him getting all that extra speed bar from Franklin's passive. Then I can just kind of go in here and focus on Mephisto. Thanos is going to drop his funness, right? And, then we're kind of getting through them before they take a turn, right? That's the point I'm trying to get there. And this is what they do, is that they go early and they explode the other team. Now, where I didn't find that they worked that well were against, war-specific teams that have a lot of sustain. They just kind of lose steam, and I'm sure there's going to be a different team comp. You can sub out, the two reworked characters for something else. I'm sure that's going to be an option. They do seem flexible like that. But right here, it's like, okay, well, let's try to shut down Doctor Strange, right? We don't want him doing anything silly. We don't want him reviving. We're just going to go all in on him. Okay, this all looks great. Then also, this is over. This will show up here. This icon will show up here for his battlefield effect right there, but it's not doing anything. I like to target like one off to the middle here so that they all suck together where, well, I don't know if that matters how I explain it, but if you target the back row, then if you're hitting adjacent targets, you can hit the whole team. And if you target the extreme right or left, sometimes that doesn't work. I've lost this match before. I'll tell you that. I've absolutely lost this match before. It feels like they just run out of steam. If they don't get the kill quickly, and the team can keep going, you can absolutely lose. Now, we did win that one there. Fine. We won that one there. Let's go to this team right here. This has got Odin, Super Skrull, Ares, and then it has two members of Absolute A-Force, now Kahori and Ms. Marvel Classic. Now, when I played this once before, Ms. Marvel Classic and Kahori let's see if we can do this. See if we can get a... Nope, I didn't think so. All right, well, that's fine. We need to get off her taunt eventually. Well, she already re-taunted. Yeah, those charges are going to be super annoying. Okay, so we got through Ares' taunt. We've got the taunt gone on her. And now we're kind of free to go all in on Odin. See if we can get that to work. Nope, she picked her taunt back up. Let's see if we can get enough damage for her to drop that. All right, this will hit AoE. Okay. Okay, Odin's almost gone. Yeah, I've never won this fight. So that is pretty cool right there. Because Odin never did the assist, Future Foundation, which is up there, enemies' characters cannot assist. So that's pretty cool, right? So he never assisted, so he kind of like wasted his turn going into a special, right? Because the AI is not going to do the basic, right? Yeah, but we're still going to lose. I had a 2 versus 5 Kahori versus Ms. Marvel Classic and still lost. in my other testing. But yeah, this Future Foundation really doesn't do anything outside of arena other than enemy characters cannot assist. Okay, which is kind of like Echo, but a little bit more conditional. Like, you can definitely get rid of the battlefield effects, although in arena you're kind of stuck there with it for the 8 turns. Super useful team. I don't need to show this here, but they kind of walk over all the rest of the teams. Like, they are definitely strong. Like, I had no issues against Vigilante or Thunderbolts or Night Stalkers or Orcus. I mean, they just ran over them. Like, it was like nothing, because they go so quickly. I mean, I'll just show you. I'll go against Night Stalkers. Like, it's like they don't even, wasn't even close. Like, I don't even know if they're going to take a turn, right? And that's mostly because of this this extra speed that they get right there. And so, unless we're playing up against like an Emma team, they're just going to be going. But look at their speed bar. Look at where they're at. They barely have gone. Thing goes so early in arena anyways, right? Or in Alliance War. All right, there we go. And I believe we will be through Blade. Yeah, Blade's gone. Okay, this will hit all of them. Yeah, they're good. I'm definitely the most excited about Franklin. Bye for now.